Greetings, Earthmen.
Oh,
It is good to hone in places other than our guz chamber before Slarface.
Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin are back as Beldar and Primate Conehead in Coneheads, the latest TV comedy sketch to be made into a movie. And it's one of 5 big new summer films we'll be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert, including Janet Jackson's film debut and new comedies with Richard Dreyfuss and Bette Midler. I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. Our first movie is named Coneheads, and this is one of the more notable non-events of the summer, a feature-length comedy based on the old Saturday Night Live sketches that were just fine when they were short enough that they didn't outwear their welcome. The movie stars Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin in the roles they originally played on television, and after their spaceship dumps them in the East River, they work their way up to a comfortable suburban life in Paramus, New Jersey, and get along just fine with the neighbors.
Standard 3-horsepower internal combustion chlorophyll stock slicer. There is fuel in the device?
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of gas in there. I just can't get the damn thing to kick over.
Perhaps you and Larry will join us for consumption of mass quantities this weekend. We will ignite our new flame pit and char some mammal flesh for you.
The movie stars lots of other past and present Saturday Night Livers, including Chris Farley as the would-be boyfriend of the Coneheads' daughter, Connie. She's fun on a date.
wow! My mom's the only other woman I've ever known who could take a sandwich like that. God!
Are you gonna eat that?
No. You're something special.
The Coneheads may have strange eating habits, but a Conehead dad, like a human, is protective of his daughter's virtue.
Hi, Mr. Conehead.
I find you unacceptable.
Yes, sir.
If I did not fear incarceration by human authority figures, I would terminate your life functions by applying sufficient pressure to your blunt skull so as to cause its collapse.
Thank you.
I imagine that the idea of making the Conehead sketches into a movie was inspired by the success of Wayne's World, another transplant from comedy TV. But the Coneheads don't wear well at feature length. The screenplay seems contrived, the humor is forced, and the Coneheads basically exist in a one-joke universe. Take away their heads, and what do you have left?
Well, you have a few lines of smart dialogue by Dan Aykroyd, you know, parental units, that high-tech speech, which is cute.
Yeah.
But you're right, there is no arc to this story. Wayne's World took these guys out of the basement and gave them a whole wacky universe to play in.
Yes, there was something for us to care about.
Yeah.
We really wanted them to succeed and to get out of their grungy little cable television world. And here, the Coneheads seem to exist exactly at the same level from beginning to end.
I'll tell you what, they're never really in jeopardy. You know, Wayne's World, the whole world could come crashing down. They had goals and dreams. The Coneheads just want to pass.
Yeah.
And in the 5-minute bit, that was okay to sustain them.
Of course,
But it doesn't work in this way. You're absolutely right. Okay, next.